Hi, I would like to demonstrate how to install the document manager and set up some of its global settings. So first of all, after your purchase, you'll download it from VDM and then browse through this Joomla installer to where you've downloaded the package, and it will automatically install. So that's how it should look once it's been installed. You can then go to Components, Document Manager, and this is the dashboard. Now in the Document Manager there is a Options tab with which you can do quite a lot of settings, and let's look at some of them. You can actually set up a path that is hidden outside of the document root of your Joomla website. Most servers start with home, then your username, and then it will usually be like something like public HTML, and then your Joomla website is in that folder. You can actually go one folder back after your username, and you can create a folder with any name you like, and that will be the hidden folder path where whenever you upload a document, it'll actually store it there. So that is what the hidden file path is for. Then the link options, we have encrypted links. So that basically means that the link is being encrypted and is more secure. Then there is also session based. That means the link is only available for the length of your website session, which if it is 15 minutes, it means the link will be available for 15 minutes. And once the 15 minutes has expired, the link is no longer valid and you cannot use it to download the document anymore. So that is also a feature. Then to show the number of downloads, how many times a specific document has been downloaded. And then we have download buttons. When you add a download link via placeholder to the description of a document, which we will look at once we start creating documents and adding the information to them, should it remove the button from the download buttons. So when you look at your documents, they will be in a table, and there's a description area, and you can actually add a link to the document download in the description with a placeholder. Now sometimes when you do that, it's only because you got maybe 3 or 4 documents in the same document, and one of them you want to have a direct link in the description. And you don't want it necessarily to be shown up in the drop down of all the downloads, which I'll demonstrate to you when we get there, and I'll refer back to this switch. So most of the time you might want to have it being removed, but sometimes no, you want to have the link in the description and you also want it to be part of the download links, and then you would say no here, otherwise yes. And so this is what this switch does. Then there's UIKit Settings. Currently there isn't much of the UIKit being used in the component, but we already have it integrated, and as we improve the component we will make more use of it. We are using its buttons, so just that you know, we are using the button structure of the UIKit to load your button drop downs and display them nicely. So this feature is actually being used, but not as extensive as we plan on. Then there is the encryption settings. Now the encryption settings, basically what it does is whenever you create a document, it actually, when we upload a document, it puts it into the hidden folder, but it also confiscates its name in a way that even if you access that specific folder, there is a lot of numbers, and you want to, okay, this number and this number is for what. So those details are being encrypted. or can be encrypted if you add a value here. Also, the data being saved in the database that links back to these files are also being encrypted with this 32-character phrase. So we would suggest you only add this if you want your data to be encrypted. Otherwise, it's really not necessary. This also works with this encrypted feature here. You'll have to add a value here for that feature to actually be functional. And this value, once it's been added, should not be changed. It will then basically render all values that has been saved using this encryption. It will won't actually be able to open them. Then there is a media tab, which is also a place where you must come and set up the initial settings. So when it comes to the document, you can select what kind of documents you want to allow to be uploaded in the back end of your website. And you could say, no, I only want to allow PDFs and CSV files and maybe document files. Then you're actually able to also distribute audio and video files, but only those selected, and they'll just function like a download. They won't have a player, so they could be downloaded. You can use MP3s as well as anything else really. Then we have what we call image formats. Now each document you can add one image to it, and that image will be used as a thumbnail to actually present the document. So you can choose which type of image you want to allow to be uploaded. We have a feature here then, all document images to be cropped. This is ideal so that all your images that you upload, no matter what size they are, no matter what dimensions they are, it will automatically be cropped to the set values that you put in here. So if you say, okay, the width of my thumbnail should always be 200 pixels, then everything now being uploaded will be cropped or resized. It's basically a very intelligent resizing component, and so it will look at the image and determine whether it should just be cutting off the height or if it should actually resize it. And its resizing is quite it does a very good job. Then include, if you don't put in the height, it will do it in perspective. So that means it will resize it to 200 width, and the height won't be the height will be kept in perspective to the 200 width of the. So in that case, it usually doesn't crop the image. But if you decide that the height should always be 350, then it will actually crop the image if that dimensions ratio doesn't match what you upload. Okay, so that's quickly demonstrating some of the settings required for your component to start functioning. If you do not add a path here, it will basically fall back on its default location. Okay, save and close. Now we have the document manager installed, and we have its most important global options set. In the next tutorial, we'll look at starting to add documents. First, we'll look at creating categories and document types, all of these being used to organize and structure your documents. Thanks for watching.